everybody, this is Rose and welcome to another Speedpaint. In this video I'm not gonna narrate, I kinda wanna talk about the game this character is from. It's a new MMO I've discovered recently and it went free to play 2 years ago, so I kinda wanna talk about it a bit. This game is called Wildstar and I'm in love with it. I've probably played almost 40 hours in the past 4 days. It's just that good in my opinion. So basically you choose between two factions which both have different starting areas as well as different quest lines and storylines. Then there's 6 different classes to choose. There's like Spellslinger, Esper, Ranger, I believe, and a lot of other classes. I chose Esper for my character, so she gets to do a lot of magic-y stuff. Then there's a pretty decent character customization in my opinion. It's still a bit limited, but it's not terrible, and you can use dyes later on. Also, as you can see, I had to redo the design of my character because I got better gear in the time between I did the sketches, and I liked her new outfit way more. So, to continue on about me basically making an ad for this game. In all honesty, I think its gameplay is what makes this the most fun. So I want to talk a bit about downsides first because, everybody wants to know what downsides are. There might be some UI lags, but you can reload the UI at any time. Also, apparently there's add-ons for the UI, so if you don't like the standard one, just download new ones. Then there's people who have reported that the game crashes during character creation, and that they're not getting their activation email. Granted, this happened back when there was a get a free level 50 character weekend or something like that, so a lot of people would have signed up and probably their email service couldn't handle it, because it is a very small player base in this game, like really tiny. There's like 400 people on Steam at any given time, and then there's like the few people that don't play via Steam. So yeah, also it doesn't run very well on older PCs, so a mid-tier PC from the last 2 years is probably what you want to aim for when playing this. For example, I have a 750 Ti graphics card from Nvidia. I have a AMD 6300 series CPU, so it's a 6-core one, and it runs very decently on my PC. My fiance, however, has I'd say his computer is way older and it runs on his PC, but it just doesn't look as pretty, and I honestly think the visuals are a huge plus in this game. So if you don't get the pretty visuals, it kind of takes out some of the fun, in my opinion. So yeah, because there's only a really small player base, there's literally only one server. And the chat can be a bit annoying because since most people playing it are 18 plus or 17, like almost adults, it's a lot about politics and philosophy, but you can turn it off if the chat bothers you too much. In my opinion, the game feels a lot like an open world action RPG, since there's barely any loading screens and the combat is very hack and slash and action-esque. And I will put a small video sequence at the end of the video which shows off some gameplay and me talking about the game in-game. So there's that. Also, you can get a mount at level 15 and it only costs like 10 gold. And that's like 10 to 15 hours into the game, so it's pretty early on. And you can get hoverboards. Then at level 15 you can also, or 14 actually, at level 14 you can get a house which you can use for I'm not sure, for farming stuff, I believe. And crafting is also a thing, even though crafting is a bit hard to understand in my opinion at first. But sorry. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually very good. I don't know what else there is. Also, there's no referral program, so I can't even really advertise the game because it's just, there not being many players. A referral program would make them go bankrupt probably. But yes, I think it's very fun, and I will talk a bit more in the video, like in the actual gameplay video that I'm gonna put at the end of this. And we're almost done. I'm just doing some last minute effects in Clip Studio, and I'm very happy with this drawing, and yeah, this is what my character looks like. Hey, so this is the actual gameplay part of this video. Here we have my character, Valera, and this is a character select screen. You get to make 2 characters by default, just 1 for each faction, but you can buy more character slots if you want to. Okay, let's enter game, and let me show you the actual game. It's gonna run not as smoothly now that I'm doing the recording because I'm doing the recording. Also, every day you log in, you get a free reward. So I got mine for today already, which was Omnibits, which are the paid currency basically. So you actually get real life money for playing this. So one thing that is very important when you first start playing is you go into controls and you enable mouse look for while idle, while moving, and while in combat. What this does is that you actually get to use your mouse to control where you're going. Because if you disable that, let's do that real quick. It means that your mouse is on the screen at all times and you use A and D for looking around and S and W for walking, which just, you can't make sharp turns like that. It's really not great in my opinion. Then another thing I personally did, I went into the key bindings and rebound a lot of things. For example, interact by default is something else. I put it to E because most games use E. And there's a button for vacuum loot. I tend to use F for that. It's a V by default as far as I'm aware. Then, oh yeah, here it is. Another thing I did was, okay, so action 1 and 2, which is down here in your abilities, are set to left and right mouse button by default. And because I have a mouse that has side buttons, I put the third action on one of the side buttons and the fourth action on my middle button. Fourth action is usually my heal, so I can just quickly press my middle mouse button to heal. And then I put everything else from Q to 5. Just because it's easier for me to reach because I have small hands. And another thing I did was yes, right, because I have turned on the mouse look thing, which means my mouse is not gonna be on screen when I'm moving. So I have to put a button to toggle that, or to hold it. So this is suppress mouse look. I put that to my other side button. So when I'm playing and I need my mouse, I just press the side button and get my mouse to, select whatever I need to select. What else? You can zoom in and out of your character however much you like. Like, this is the most you can zoom out. Oops. It's for players who love playing super zoomed out, I gather, and you can also zoom into first person. It also scales to the height of your character. Because I'm a super tiny character, my view is also super low to the ground. I tend to play with my character being this far out. And yes, So this is how you do your attacks. You just hold the mouse button and do them. And since I'm an Esper, so whenever I hit stuff, there's this meter down here that fills up, and when I have at least one saved, I can do one of my other attacks. Then use the stats for all your characters, or for your character, I'm sorry. The gear, and you can actually go click on the stats and press costumes, and you can just decide what your character wears. For example, this is what her costume is right now, but what I have equipped for her, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. What I have equipped for her is this thing. So I sometimes can't figure out how to return to the screen I just was on, but basically yes, that's how it works. I just exit out of this. Accept. What else? Your inventory is rather small by default, but you get a lot of like backpacks. And there's this rucksack here, which just gives you new items once you reach a certain level. Like the next time I get items from this is at level 25. And level 25 is halfway through the game because there's only 50 levels in this. You also, as every MMO, you have a normal level and a job level. The job level in this is the path you choose. And paths there's 4 different paths. There's Explorer, Scientist, Settler, and Soldier, which all give different kind of bonuses. For example, Settlers can, I don't want to say uncover's the wrong word, but they can basically put boosters into a world, like you can walk faster or experience boosters. Scientists don't really do much for everyone else, they just kind of do stuff for themselves. But I think it's a very nice system. And whatever you do, you get a robot companion. Look at him, he's so adorable. So yes, if this looks interesting to you, even vaguely so, I suggest just, download it, give it a try. It's on Steam, and I will put the description in the description, yes. I'm gonna put the link to the Steam page in the description, and yes, I would really like to see some other people play this. Oh, last thing, because I just remembered it. If you are high level and you have a player who, is your friend and just start playing, you can mentor players. So you invite them to your group, and if you do a thing called mentor player, it puts you on the same level your friend is. So that way you can go back to previous regions and do quests with them and get experience, because once you're too high level, you're not gonna get any experience from any of the previous regions. So, that's a nice way to encourage people to play with each other while still doing their own stuff. And I think it's a very nice mechanic in my opinion. So yeah, what else? Oh yeah, I'm just kind of want to show off my hoverboard real quick. It's my hoverboard. It's really cool, it can drive on water. And then I also have an actual mount. Look at this cutie. He's adorable. Hey. So yeah, if this looks interesting to you, give it a try. And, I'm happy to hear your thoughts on the game, or if anyone has played it before. And yeah, I guess this is it, and I hope to see you in the next video, and yeah, bye bye!